Alright, well... Oh, I need to change my YouTube title. Hold on. How do you access this mod? There is a mod for Hollow Knight that adds new bosses and new charms and a new area called the Pale Court. And I downloaded it, but I don't know where to go.
La Fenu Venido.
The path is open one way or another and end waits inside. I won't be joining you in this. The space is built to sustain your likes. Findings would drain me were I to join. Where you get the acid tear, isn't that in the waterways? I guess I could look it up. Is the game too loud? Oh, sorry, let me turn it down a bit. Sorry. Okay. Maybe it's still a little bit too loud. You own this game and you haven't played it once? I'm sure there's a lot of people who own Hollow Knight who never actually beat it. How long have we been on the mod? Like 3 minutes? Where am I? I think I'm going the right way. Hey, Tiki. It's somewhere over here, right? I think it's this way, isn't it? Hey, Rakir. What's up, buddy? I don't think Bach's gonna play Hollow Knight, dude. I don't think he's gonna do it. Am I going the right way, or I feel like I might be going the wrong way. I'm trying to get to Isma's tier, but I don't know. He said he's gonna play like the other MGS games first, so yeah, we'll see. Oh right, you have to be. No, okay. I think this is the right spot, but we could have went under, I think. Holy. He's moving around so much. I'm gonna freaking die, dude. I'm gonna die. There's so much shit hitting me. Okay. Getting cooked. Ooh, whoa. He's gonna kill those plants on the ceiling, man. Oh, she's thrown. I wonder if I can pogo that. I can. Dude, I am just getting so destroyed right now. Oh! Ah! Oh, that's gonna get me. I can actually heal though, at least.
Pesa
kana. Ya.
Fuck. This is the easiest of the bots. Listen, alright, I'm just... Okay. I'm just struggling, alright, man. But is there a bench here? Honestly, I kind of want to change my charms. Not that my charms are bad, but... There's just so much shit going on in this fight. Oh, so fun.
Pesa kana. Pesa kana. Ya. Benito. Cose. Ya. Benito. Sing Nele. Ya. Cose. Sing Nele.
Oh man, I have a... That is like hard to dodge, dude.
Cose. Benito. Sing Nele.
I guess you can't kill the... I don't know if you can kill those guys on the ceiling.
Ya.
It's so fast.
Sing Nele. Sing Nele. Ya. Pesa kana. Ya. Ya. Sing Nele. Pesa kana. Sing Nele. Cose. Cose. Sing Nele. Benito. Sing Nele. Ya. Ya.
Can't...
Ya.
Okay, that... Dude, that ball attack...
Ya.
I just can't... I can't hit her, dude! I'm just trying... I'm just trying, but she's just constantly just fucking... Oh my god, dude. There's like a fucking million things on the ground and shooting at me.
Ya. 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 Benito. Pesa kana. Ya.
I'm actually like, this is genuinely really tough. Like I don't know how to get I guess I just have to like predict her and just be ready for when she go, like it feels like chasing her. It's kind of like Radiance where chasing her just fucks you. Like, I can't keep up with her. By the time I get to her, she's just teleporting away every time.
Cose. Ya. Ya. Sing Nele. Ya. Pesa kana. Ya.
This is tough, man. This is tough. I feel so overwhelmed. There's just like, I feel like I have to focus the boss and just like ignore.
Killing up. Yeah. Yeah. Finito. Pesa kana. Yeah. Kose. Yeah.
I mean, I guess say maybe I should use Descending Dark more, but Descending Dark doesn't really help me.
Sing, Ellen. Yeah. Yeah. Pesa kana. Yeah. Kose. Kose.
Kill the plant turrets. Yeah, but can she not? She can just keep spawning them, no?
Sing, Nele. Pesa kana. Venido. Kose. Venido. Yeah.
You know what, maybe...
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I should Descending Dark.
Yeah. Kose. Yeah. Pesa kana. Yeah. Yeah.
No, okay. I think it's better just to move.
Kose.
To move to dodge that.
Yeah. Pesa kana.
Oh, I'm dead. I mean, that was better. Hey, Larksa, thank you for the tier 3 95 months. For my charms, I have like Unbreakable Strength, Shaman Stone, Quick Slash, Grub Song, and City Body. Honestly, dude, Quick Slash probably... I mean, I guess it's okay. I can get quite a few hits in when she does the plant attack, but...
Sing, Nele. Yeah. Venido. Pesa kana. Pesa kana. Yeah. 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 Venido. Pesa kana.
Yeah, I don't think you can kill those.
Kose. Yeah. Kose. Yeah. 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 Kose. Yeah. Yeah. Kose. Venido.
And can you heal? Never, I guess. Honestly, I feel like I could change having different charms would be nice, but there's no bench here, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting better at the fight, kind of.
こうせ The needle. Cha. 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 Sing, never. Cha. Pensa, kana. The needle. The needle. Kose. Nya. Nya.
Oh, right, it lingers on the ground. Oh, it was going well, man.
Cha. Kose. Pensa, kana. Cha. Kose. Kose. The needle. Cha. Kose. The needle. Nya. Cha. The needle. Cha. The needle. Kose.
Oh, I got stuck on the... Okay, I mean, whatever. We're doing better now. Well, I think we got this. This is the first boss. Yes, I'm hard stuck on the first boss. Well, not hard stuck. I mean, that was a better attempt. I'm getting better at dodging. It's...
The needle.
Oh, God, what am I doing, dude?
Cha.
I mean, we can still heal as well. It is still, like, doable.
The needle. Cha. Kose. Cha. Kose. Cha. The needle. Pensa, kana. Pensa, kana. Sing, never. The needle. Cha. Sing, never. Nya. Cha. The needle. The needle.
Hit her during that, too.
Kose. 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 Sing, never. Nya. Pensa, kana.
Oh,
Cha. Sing, never. The needle. Cha. The needle.
oh.
Sing, never. Pensa, kana.
Woohoo! Raya, despite your stoic demeanor, this loyalty to our queen, it was genuine care, was it not? Okay, now what? Do I go back in? The king's honor. That was the easy boss. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it just the fight again? Okay.
Subtle.
Wait a sec. So, am I supposed to take this somewhere now? Oh, that's awkward. Well. Is it not like one area? Is it just a bunch of like boss fights around the world? This isn't actually. I wanted to go to Queen's Garden. Yeah, I beat MGS3. I want to try European Extreme as well. Oh, this thing seems kind of strong. Where the... I think it actually is. Wait a sec. God, I'm so confused all of a sudden. What the... Somebody said there was a fight here. Oh, the flower. Oh, right. I see. Hey, Krypton, thank you for the 32 months.
Just ma finelo, Drastegno.
Oh,
Namma. Lamehon. Ciao. Demos. Yetsha. Bruska. Namma Esh.
Holy shit. Chill. Chill, lady.
Gracier. Sanilo. Ha. Trastenio. Esh.
Hey, Razios, thank you for the 62 months. And Slapstick, thank you for the 9 months. Taking a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. She's crazy, dude. Oh shit.
Yetsha.
So she teleports to...
Demos. Demos. Lamehon. Sanlo. Namma. Yetsha. Ciao.
You miss?
Trastenio.
Holy shit, dude. Bosses are destroying me. I'm provoking attacks with my fart. Maybe.
Just ma finelo. Lamehon. Demos. Gracier. Demos. Kruskian. Namma. Sanelo. Trastenio. Gracier. Lamehon. Namma. Ciao. Demos. Yetsha. Yetsha.
I'm Descending Dark as OP. Ogrim, why do you persist in your restless duty if only for a wilting domain? Doesn't count. Oh, okay. The Vessel's Lament. Contains the hardships and grievances forced upon the chained vessel. Energy desperately seeps out from within the constraints. Focus to twist the soul of enemies marked by the nail and unleash devastating blasts of energy upon them. Twist. Sounds cool. Wait, so where else can I go, chat? I was just at the White Lady's house. Failed champion. You were at the garden, not her house. Wait, where? What? Wait. Where am I? Well, we already went to Isma's. I'm not sure where these locations. What's up, Blue? I got stuck on the Isma boss for a little while. I'm not really sure where to go though. Chat is kind of just like guiding me around. night outside. Okay, wait. The Queen's. Where is this? I don't even know the lore. I mean, not for this. Check the statue when you enter the City of Tears. Like from fungal wastes? I mean, I assume the mod has something that kind of like hints at all the locations. I don't know if that's what the statue is. Second, am I going the right way? No. Aha. That's cool. Look at them, they're working in the background. Heck up, holy sh. Every time he... Holy shit, dude. He just keeps spawning waves. I mean, I'm hitting him with the fart constantly, at least. I don't know how the new charm I got works though. Oh my god. Descending dark spam. Oh my. We did a lot of damage there, at least. Oh my god, dude, this fight is chaos. Hey, Dara. Okay. Oh no. We really do not want to take contact damage. Yeah, I feel like it's so, I mean, well, we can heal, we should heal when we stagger him, I think. I mean, I'm not trying to face tank, it's just... Oh my god, he just constantly dashes spam. Forcing give up on Hollow Knight? Probably not. I should have healed. Oh, the head, right, that's the... Oh my god, dude! Jeez. Oh. He's crazy. Okay, so we can pogo him, but when his attack is over, the hammer falls back down. Okay, well that was interesting. Okay, well that was not my finest attempt. I don't know. I don't know if you want to try to punish that. with pogoing. I think just Descending Dark is better. Because you can get a few melee hits in too, I think, if you time it right. I feel like the stuff that's falling from the ceiling as well can hit you really... Oh. Dude, it's just like there's so much stuff, man. It's okay, okay. Fine. It's fine. We're learning. We're learning. Kind of. I find it so like I just barely see the punish windows, man. Also hits. Dude. He just keeps charged. Like I can't read this guy. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's so dangerous. Does he throw it after that? Yeah, I think maybe we need to dash through him. I feel like his hitbox is so fat, it's really hard to actually dash through him safely. And if I mess it up, I take 2 damage. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I kind of cheesed it, but Descending Dark is it's so like I wonder if Silksong is gonna have something like Descending Dark. It's actually just absurd how good it is. Where he digs up stuff and then dunks it at you. Yeah, what about it? Ogrim, after all that's happened, do you hope still? Cool as fuck. I was trying to figure out how to punish it, but a no Descending Dark run. I mean, to be fair, my last playthrough was like, I really didn't use it that much. But honestly, the magic in this game it's really fun to use. Descending Dark is really, really good. What did we get? The Boon of Hallownest. The Pale Worm's beacon shines brightly through this charm. The blessing bestowed upon the land known as Hallownest was able to elevate the lesser bugs that resided in the domain. Transforms all spells to take on a purified form. Oh, it's just like a full-on spell upgrade. The bosses are balanced around Descending Dark. Yeah, I could see that for sure. It's the boss. There's so much going on in these boss fights. All right, let's take off these and try this. Thank you for the 37 months, Lucius. Queen's Gardens. Ask the Trader Lord. Okay. I gotta go up then, I think, right? I kind of want to try to like speedrun 112% blue. Not like, you know, just try to beat it in like one stream kind of thing. Just for fun. I don't know about, like, I don't have time to actually learn it properly, but. Yeah, I mean, if you have notes or something, that would be cool. General guideline, get good. Okay. Wait a second, is it this one? Oh yeah. Whoa. What the hell, Time Warn?
Fana. Satona. Satona. Terosa. Terosa. Satona. Ha. Sisamo. Zero. Sinaga. Terosa. Sano.
Damn, that's sick, dude.
Hasha. Ha. Sisamo. Sasino. Nada. Zero. Sasino. Hasha. Sano.
Wonder what the other spells look like. Or what they do.
Fana. Satona. Nada. Ha. Terosa. Terosa. Nada. Ha. Nada. Ha. Suro-san. Terosa. Sha. Zasino. Suro-san. Nada. Sano. Nada. Fana. Sha. Terosa. Nada. Sano.
Oh, it's like
Nada. Zasino. Suro-san. Zero.
and she's so aggressive.
Fana. Sisamo. Sim, nada. Nada. Sana. Xia. Ha. Sim, nada. Ha. Zasino. Xia. Sana. Ha. Ha. Zero. Nada. Nada. Satona. Xia. Satona. Ha. Nada. Zerosa. Xia. Ha. Xia. Ha. Xia. Ha. Ha. Zerosa. Ha. Xia. Satona. Nada. Ha. Surosa. Zasino. Nada. Zero.
Oh, wait, what?
Sana. Ha. Sana. Xia. Ha. Xia. Ha. Ha.
Damn.
Sana.
Okay, not sure how I'm supposed to punish. Like, I mean, I kind of see how I'm supposed to punish it, but I think there's like 2 different variants, and you have to like punish accordingly. But
Sana. Sana. Sinada. Sana. Sana. Zerosa. Sana. Zerosa. Nada. Zerosa. Ha. Zero.
oh my God.
Sana. Nada. Zero. Zerosa. Xia. Surosa. Zasino. Nada. Sisamo. Zerosa. Surosa. Ha. Sisamo. Fanasia.
I'm cooked.
Fanasia. Fana. Nada. Zero. Zasino. Nada. Xia. Nada. Ha. Sisamo. Ha. Sinada. Nada. Xia. Nada. Sisamo. Sisamo. Nada. Surosa. Zerosa. Ha. Xia. Xia. Sisamo.
That when she throws daggers, I should. When she throws the daggers, I should just dash forward, I think. Okay, blue.
Fana. Satona. Sinada. Sinada. Fa. Fa. Nada. Sisamo. Zasino. Sana. Ha. Zero. Ha. Ha. Nada. Zerosa. Sinada. Sana. Surosa. Satona. Ha. Satona. Sinada. Ha. Xia. Ha. Ha. Sisamo. Zero. Ha. Xia. Zero. Sana. Nada. Ha. Zasino. Ha. Xia. Satona. Nada. Ha. Zero. Sisamo. 下，哼，三路，哼，哈，哼，nada，下，nada，
Oh. Oomphlis the fireball is. Yeah, it's pretty. I haven't actually tried the shriek yet. Egamol, do you still stand guard, forever loyal to the capital's citizens? Alright, what do we got from this? A mark of purity. The vessel was gifted a pure nail forged through arcane means as a reflection of itself. This charm embodies the echoes of that ancient craftsmanship. Hold attack to concentrate and swing the nail in a frenzy. Gradually increases the bearer's rate of attack as they land nail strikes in quick succession. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, you said I should go to the abyss. I guess. Why should I take Dashmaster? Okay, fair enough. The shade cloak, yeah, so over to the right side. Just want to go across, right? Man, Dashmaster's crazy. It's a mega Paxi, like this. Wait, maybe it's here. Was it there? Did I not? Wait. The ceiling broke? Am I fucking blind? I didn't see shit. Oh, I see. Okay, that's awkward. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna set a dream gate here. Okay, so I gotta do it from like high up, but not. Alright, well, I'm dead, chat. It was a good run. Wait, what? Oh wait, maybe I'm supposed to pogo. But if I pogo... God, I'm not good at this is not going well. Wait, can you dash? Wait, what do you mean dash right? All right, hold on. Let me equip better charms here. Like, you can't dash twice in a row. I don't know if I'm gonna need to fight something still, though. At the end. Maybe I will. Wait, no, you get dash back after pogo, but... I mean, like, I think I see what I'm supposed to do. I mean, do I want Hive Blood, or should I just put on Deep Focus? I feel like Deep Focus. Oh, whatever. We'll see. Hive is nice, but you have to just, like, sit there and wait, right? Wait, is this thing infinite? Am I stupid? Dude, I could have sworn... Oh, maybe it's... I could have sworn it ran out before. I guess I'm just crazy. I thought it had I thought it was limited. God, I am not... I'm fucked. Oh, okay, I can't go that way. Okay, I see where I have to go. So bad, dude. Oh my god. Okay. I can't even get past the first part, chat. Yeah, you gotta go from so high up. that was it. There we go. I don't need backseating, chat. I know what to do. It's just hard. Oh. No, why? Oh my god! The directional... Yeah, we can put a dream gate here, true. Oh. I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Oh wait, no, that doesn't... no, okay, never mind. I don't get my dash back. Oh wait, no, I know what I'm supposed to do. Up. Oh, really? I'm just trying to micro adjust. God dang it, dude. Yeah, I guess I can climb the wall on the other side, that's true. Woohoo! Oh. So tiny, like, you have such little space here. Oh, that last one is brutal. Ah. This is the first area. Yeah. Oh, the inputs are so tight. Well, they're not that tight. Oh. This is where I wish I was on keyboard mouse, because it would be a lot easier. I mean, I have a keyboard, yeah, but I'm not used to using keyboard, so. Like, I have to go. I'm trying to let go, but it's still counting it as a. And hold down and right and just spam dash. Not used to using controller either. So funny. mean, I'm getting the hang of it. I didn't know you could just hold down right. Problem is sometimes I still, like, I'm not spamming dash enough to... Maybe I shouldn't spam dash, but still time it. Oh, this is brutal. It's not that bad. I'm not like used to. It just keeps going. Oh. Ah! Oh no. Doesn't even look fun. It's pretty tough. Oh, I didn't have my dash up yet. I'm just, like... Somebody who's good at the movement in this game probably could beat this, like, very quickly, but I just... It's weird using... Trying to hold down left, but oh, damn it. I thought that was it. Again. God damn it. Alright. Oh. What am I doing? Okay. You have to focus. It's just like I keep messing up the input direction. Much to the side. That happens so often where I go through and then I just what am my brain, bro? Like, I know what I need to do, I keep pressing it. I just keep pressing everything wrong. Oh, every time I die, my hands are like, my hands are sweaty, dude. It's not like this part even takes long, it's just... Don't hit the spikes, yeah. Oh, dude, I wonder if this would be easier if I had like a longer nail. Maybe not, actually. Whew. The Abyssal Bloom. Dark blossom that was cursed to restrain an uncontrollable power. Even though the darkness within may be repressed, it rises in a volatile manner, threatening to break free. The bearer gains overwhelming power as they draw nearer to death. Oh, is this like in Giga Fury of the Fallen or something? Yeah, it's Dark Souls 1 RTSR. Oh, there's something down here. Oh, we're back here. Cool. So is there, is that everything in the mod, or is there any other fights? Pantheons? What, is it just beating, like, all the bosses that I've fought? There's one more cool fight. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to beat the other 4 in a row, aren't I? I don't know if I'm confident enough to beat all those bosses in a row. So are all the fights in Godhome? Oh wait, this isn't where I want to go. Millennia type barrier. Oh goodness. %, Steel Soul run. Honestly, I mean, we could even do. I don't even feel like 112% Steel Soul is that. I mean, like what even? Like if you're gonna do 100% Steel Soul, you might as well do 112%. Because like Godhome isn't dangerous if you do Steel Soul, because it's a dream, right? And like same with like all the hardest stuff in the game is like dream fights, which isn't. I guess Coliseum 3, yeah, would be the one thing. People keep saying don't burn yourself out, but it's like it's not like we're getting fucking Hollow Knight remake. We're getting a brand new game. Like I'm not gonna be burned out on a brand new game. Wait, the Hall of Gods? Are you talking about the is this the Hall of Gods? Like the training area, you mean? I mean, guys, I've played through Hollow Knight like many times at this point. Is it like a special dung defender? Oh, oh. Oh no, did I not do something? They're very similar games to one another. Yeah, but not really. I mean, the movement of Silksong is like completely different. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, I guess find me a save file. Yeah, if you have a save file, that'd be cool. Well, can I still do the quest? I mean, guys, I've been waiting for Silk Song for 7 years. I'm not gonna get burned out on it by playing Hollow Knight a little bit. I've barely played it anyways. Okay, let me set a dream gate. Oh wait, I think my save file's set here now, isn't it? Damn it. Have a good night, Azerod. Thank you, man. Alright, so I go to Dirtmouth first? Wait, whose quest am I doing? Wait, who is Tisa? I feel like I already talked to him, but I just didn't finish it. Field guy? Yeah, I already talked. Wait. Isn't his final part of the quest at the Blue Lake? Or is that not the is that I already okay, I talked to him in Blue Lake. I know that much. I thought I got like an achievement for his. Oh wait, no, that's Quirrell. Oh no, you're right. Wait. You're absolutely right. That is Quirrell. Wait, where did I've talked to this guy in a few spots. Fuck. Yeah, I recognize my mistake, but Crossroads tag? I think we already talked to him there too. I'm pretty sure he's just at the Coliseum bench. I saw him there, but I didn't talk to him. Because I was like, I didn't even really think about it. I didn't even know. I don't know what the fastest way to the Coliseum is. Ill one, you found it too then, this perfect place. I'll soon be entering the battle, just taking a moment to rest first. Though few could truly challenge me, I'm hoping this arena presents the sort of brutal challenge I'm after. With the shell a defensive arm. Well, I'll give you a fair warning, it conceals a deadly surprise. Pray you never find out what that is. I'll crush them all, oh, and you'll see me at my deadly best. So do you just need to talk to him here, chat? Do you need to, Is that it? I don't know. Do you need to get to the Moloch in Call of 3? I mean, I already did it, but I didn't talk to him. Oh wait, where is he in Kingdom's Edge? Am I too far down? I don't know. I have no fucking clue what I'm looking for, quite honestly. I feel like you probably don't need to see his body. Yeah, I don't know if I rested at a bench. Wow. That pays blade. I don't think it worked. Oh wait, there's a lever. Oh. ESO. Got a gap. Holy shit. Yeah, I need to change my charms, I reckon. Was there a bench in there? Oops. Actually, oh yeah, well, wait, the Void Road? This one? But I mean, you got, well, yeah, I guess I could try it. Oh, it's not like as you lose health, it just gets stronger and stronger. It uses so many slots, though. Oh, overcharmed? Yeah, you could do that. True. Dude, what the? Alright, it's fine. I'm just setting up the big damage. Up. Dude, what is that gun though? Like, I guess I have to dash? I don't really know. And then he... running on? Damn, this fight is... Those... I'm just getting fucked. I don't even know, like... Oh, I jumped into his spikes that were on the wall. Yeah, I see. Okay, dude, I don't know how to deal with those fucking bombs. I mean, he makes a sound when he does it, but I have no idea how to dodge that. I guess you have to iframe it. It's just awkward because it's like falling. Makes a sound though. Oh, going disables the gun. Yeah, I noticed. I noticed. Oh my fucking... Okay, yep, he's just... The thing is, if I go above him, he just jumps into me. Holy fuck, this gun is incredibly, like, this shit is so fucking annoying. He's driving. The problem is every time he summons the bombs, I don't make the connection. Like I see him just stand there and I don't think he's doing an attack. He's just so fucking. Oh, I fucking hate this fight. It's just he's just. It's like you jump because you don't want him to run into you, but then because you jump, he jumps into you, or he just instantly like. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just losing my mind. Just, oh my god. I just feel like he has something to counter you, like no matter what you're doing. Okay, that fight was not that bad. I just... You have to stay on top. You have to stay on top of him. Like... Okay, I mean, whatever. We beat him. I do kind of understand the fight. The bombs are so dangerous, though. All right, let's go in here. There's a bench here. Okay, so these are the 4 fights. The Champion's Call. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. So, okay, wait. The thing is, are you gonna have to fight Dung Defender with all 4 different bosses? No? Oh, okay. Wait, so is this a gauntlet as well? Like, I need to beat those 2 and then there's gonna be more after that as well? Oh, God. Alright, well, you know what? Maybe we'll leave this for another stream, because this seems like it's gonna take a long time. The final fight is insane. You need to unlock it first, then you'll need to practice that a lot. Yeah, it's like Pantheon 5, where you need to like practice Absolute Radiance. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. Yeah, I'm decent at Hollow Knight, but I'm not that good. So yeah, this probably would take me a while, especially considering it's like maybe it's not worth your time. I mean, I'd be down to try, but maybe a different stream, because I don't know. Definitely seems rough. This game is challenging even for you. I mean, base game Hollow Knight isn't too bad, but modded stuff is like a whole different level. There was like a modded Cuphead mod that I tried to play before. I never actually ended up beating it, but man, that shit was so difficult as well. Yeah, I think I might just call it. Might call it a day here. We've been streaming for like 8 hours. It's been fun, but I'm pretty tired, and yeah, I'm not trying to learn that Pantheon while I'm like tired. 8 hours into my stream. Maybe we'll give this another shot though. Like try this Pantheon. I mean, we have it unlocked, so we could maybe try it another stream. I definitely think this could take me a while. Like, I don't know, it seems pretty rough. But it's just a matter of learning all the fights. Alright guys, I'm gonna give a raid to Lobos. He's playing Hollow Knight, doing a 112%. He's doing a 112% playthrough of Hollow Knight. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be streaming for, but yeah, go give some love to Lobos, chat. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I kind of wanna, maybe I'll like look through the 112% speedrun tonight and like take some notes. Honestly, 112% Steel Soul would be fun. I would really like to learn like optimal dream gate placements and like somewhat of a route for the game. Like I'm not gonna, you know, practice the run, but it could be fun just to do before Silksong releases. I still kind of have the itch to play more Hollow Knight. I don't really know what else to do. I mean, we could do European Extreme and MGS3. I'm kind of just trying to pass the time. Oh, the Lost Soul Aside game is out tomorrow. So like maybe we'll play that. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it at all, but I know some people are excited for it. That game looks sketch. Yeah, well, I don't know. Just an idea. Anyways, have a good night, guys. Bye-bye, chat.